Santa Rosa just spent millions of dollars building a brand new fire station in Fountaingrove, and now they might not open it. You heard that right. Fire Station 5, meant to replace the one lost in the 2017 Tubbs fire, is nearing completion. But with the city facing a massive $20 million budget deficit, officials are considering not even staffing it. In a region still haunted by wildfire devastation, and where fire insurance is already hard to get or afford, the idea of keeping a brand new fire station closed isn't just confusing, it's dangerous. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what's going on, how we got here, and what this means for people living in or thinking about moving to Sonoma County. I'm Robby Dearth, a local realtor and community member. I love keeping you involved and informed on issues that affect Sonoma County and the Northern Bay area. Make sure to follow along to stay up to date, and please reach out with any news or housing-related questions. To understand what's happening, we have to start with the story of Fire Station 5 itself. Before 2017, Station 5 served Santa Rosa's Northeast Hills, the Fountaingrove neighborhood, from a small station on Newgate Court. It wasn't fancy, but it was critical. Then the Tubbs fire hit. It burned more than 36,000 acres, tragically took 22 lives, and destroyed over 5,600 structures, including nearly the entire Fountaingrove area. That included Station 5, which was completely destroyed. Since then, a temporary Station 5 has been operating out of a trailer and modular structure, keeping basic services going in one of the city's highest risk wildfire zones. In 2023, the city of Santa Rosa finally broke ground on a new $24.8 million Station 5, funded in part by a $16.9 million federal grant through FEMA and the Office of Emergency Services. It was designed to be a resilient, wildfire-ready facility built within defensible space, modern equipment, and hardened construction to serve for generations. But now, just as the building is nearing completion, it might be left empty. So why is this new fire station, built with federal dollars designed to protect a wildfire-prone neighborhood, possibly staying closed? The answer is Santa Rosa's budget. Right now, the city is facing a projected $20 million budget deficit. To close the gap, city leaders are proposing more than $13 million in spending cuts, including layoffs, furloughs, and potential service reductions in police, fire, and other essential departments. According to city documents, these cuts could lead to brownouts, rotating closures of fire stations due to lack of staffing. And yes, even Fire Station 5, the one that just got built, is on the table. It's important to note, construction costs were covered by federal grants, but ongoing operations and staffing are paid for locally. That means without money in the city's general fund, even a fully built fire station can't open. This isn't just a story about one station. It's a glimpse into how strained public safety resources have become in one of California's most vulnerable regions. Now you might think, okay, maybe we can afford to delay opening just one station. But here's the problem. Demand on the fire department is going up, not down. According to city data, the Santa Rosa Fire Department responded to over 30,000 calls last year, a massive jump from just 19,000 calls in 2009, which is the last time that the department experienced brownouts of Station 10 and the then newly constructed Station 11. That's over 50% growth in service demand in just over a decade, and we're doing it with the same number of stations and often fewer available personnel. Now consider this, much of that growth is happening in higher risk zones like Northeast Santa Rosa and Fountaingrove, exactly where Station 5 is located. Even with a slight dip in city population recently, Santa Rosa remains the largest city between San Francisco and the Oregon border. And new housing continues to be built in wildfire-prone areas. That means response times matter, local coverage matters, and leaving the station closed means spreading resources even thinner. If you lived in Sonoma County in 2017, and even if you didn't, you likely remember the Tubbs fire. It was one of the most destructive wildfires in California history. In a matter of hours, it tore through Fountaingrove, Larkfield, and other large parts of Santa Rosa, destroying over 5,600 structures, including homes, businesses, and Station 5. For a lot of people, Station 5 wasn't just a building. It was a symbol of safety, and its loss was one of the early signals that night that things were far worse than anyone had imagined. In the years since, Santa Rosa has rebuilt. Over 90% of the homes lost in the fire are now rebuilt or under construction. Families came back, so did firefighters. And so, when the city announced that it would rebuild Fire Station 5, stronger, more resilient, wildfire ready, it felt like a turning point. Not just returning to what was, but building something better. And now, to see that station potentially remain empty, it doesn't just hurt our emergency response, it hurts the story we told ourselves about recovery. Here's where this gets even more real for homeowners. Fire insurance in California is in crisis. Over the past 2 years, major insurers like State Farm have stopped writing new policies in high-risk areas across the state, including parts of Santa Rosa. Why? Because wildfire risks are rising. And when insurers calculate whether to cover a home, local fire response is a huge part of that decision. That means things like how close you are to a staffed fire station, what kind of equipment is available, and whether firefighters can reach you fast in a disaster are important not only personally, but financially as well. If Fire Station 5 stays closed, even temporarily, it could downgrade the fire protection rating for hundreds of homes in Northeast Santa Rosa. And that can directly affect whether you can get private insurance, whether you get pushed onto the California Fair Plan, and how much you'll pay, which for some could mean 30% to 40% higher premiums. This isn't just a public safety issue, it's a real estate issue, it's a monthly payment issue, and it's a financial planning issue. At this point, we're not just talking about a fire station anymore. We're talking about a pattern. In the last few months alone, we've seen major challenges in Santa Rosa City Schools, a growing city budget deficit, talk of cutting back on emergency services, and ongoing struggles with housing, insurance, and affordability. And when you look at something like Station 5, a station that burned down during a wildfire, was rebuilt with federal dollars, and still might not open, it begs the question, is this city delivering what it promises? Santa Rosa is a place people love. I love it. The parks, the homes, the weather, the proximity, it's a wonderful place to live. But that love comes with expectations. Safety, planning, support, and follow through. If the city can't fully open a brand new fire station in a wildfire zone, it's fair to ask, what's the plan here? If you're feeling like Santa Rosa is getting harder to navigate, whether it's schools, housing, fire coverage, or just affordability, you're not alone. But here's the good news, there are options. Places like Windsor, Runner Park, Petaluma, and other nearby communities are continuing to grow, with updated infrastructure, more accessible price points, and often more consistent planning. Whether you're a first-time buyer, someone thinking about moving up, or just wondering what else is out there, I'm going to be covering all of it. In my next video, I'll do a deeper dive on Quail Acres in Windsor, one of the new build neighborhoods people are asking me about the most. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications to follow along. And beyond that, I'll be sharing local tours, new construction updates, and community topics just like this one that impact your life and your home value. So if that's something that you care about, hit subscribe, drop a comment if there's a community or a local issue that you want to learn more about, and thanks for watching. We're just getting started.